Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have some pretty crazy news going on over here when it comes to a lot of big things in the PlayStation and gaming sphere. If you guys don't know, PlayStation had an official studio completely shut down as of today. We're going to go talk about why we saw the very sad farewell. And we've also been seeing a lot of stuff obviously going on with Xbox, a lot of studio closures, so it's never a good sign. We also had some pretty big news too as well for IGN, one of the bigger companies in the entire gaming sphere, now actually buying and acquiring a lot of other various big news publications, and kind of what that means. We have some Helldivers news, the brand new PlayStation Plus news, a lot of various things, so make sure you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below if you guys like to follow, and I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. So let's go dive on into the kind of somewhat sad news and kind of exciting news as of today. So if you guys have maybe missed the news, we have heard and have officially seen that as of today, the PlayStation Studios for PlayStation London Studios been kind of going, making all the attention, has had a scheduled tweet, everything's kind of going out. So basically, for over 20 years, the London studio has been home to some exceptionally talented and wonderful people in the games industry. As we close the doors and all go forward to new adventures, we wanted to say a heartfelt thank you to our past and present players and colleagues who have supported us over the years. We've had one wild and wonderful journey. So we've seen the official tweets over here, where after 22 years, the PlayStation Studio has now, well, just been shut on down. They had a lot of big focus on VR, as I'm sure you guys have probably seen throughout the years, and at the same time, VR has basically been a big, massive flop, and it just didn't really make the money. Now, VR doesn't mean it's done, but this is not a good sign. Saying that basically over here, they said they've had some very exceptionally talented folks. They closed their doors. They're excited. And Sony did announce this developer's closure as part of its layoffs and project cancellations a while back. You guys may have remembered us like talking about it or discussing it. But as of right now, it's like officially gone. Like this is the point where it's like no return. It is disparting. It is gonzo. And they were apparently working on a lot of unannounced multiplayer game, and it was beginning to begin like brand new franchises and all of that, and it was kind of a big deal. We always heard that like Jim Ryan was big on traveling and even spending time in London, so maybe he had this like keeping alive on his bread and butter, and then possibly whenever like ever since then, maybe because he's retired, then maybe all the new executives are like, yeah, do we really care? I don't know. Like, so it seems like people are kind of moving on. So it was founded back in 2002, in case you're curious on what they've done or why it's sad. After the getaway developer Team Soho merged with Psygnosis Camden team, and then PlayStation London made over 60 games during its lifetime. Like, that's kind of a lot. Most were PlayStation 2 games, a console it stuck with even after the PlayStation 3's launch in 2006, and the studio really took off with its iToy games for the titular PS2 peripheral and its SingStar, which I remember playing back when I was a kid. The latter sold over 20 million copies in 6 years and helped broaden the PS2's appeal. And I do remember people and myself utilizing SingStar. Along its own works, BS London helped with development on Killzone 2 and Little Big Planet, which I'm sure a lot of you guys know of, and that's kind of why it's sad. They were a very big, like, integral part of the PlayStation ecosystem, PlayStation universe, and it's just a little bit sad to see. We want to have more games done. So, yeah. I mean, just that. So with 2012's Wonder Book, the studio started making games for PlayStation's augmented and virtual reality products. Its most well-known PlayStation VR title is 2019's Blood and Truth, which, I'll be honest with you guys, I've never even heard of, but I've never been big on the PlayStation VR. In late 2022, PlayStation London was reportedly pivoting from the VR space to live service games, which is kind of a very weird switch off and trade-off. And it's just intriguing. Like, a lot of people obviously had a little bit more faith in PlayStation VR, and maybe this is just me. Maybe we'll have to wait for the next upcoming big PlayStation event. But I have not seen, this might be a separate subject, but just for relevant for this video, I have not seen almost anything on PlayStation VR. Nothing. Nada. Like, I have seen not a single person excited for it, almost barely any tweets, almost barely any brand new games that I'm like, I can't wait to play this. We're now seeing the PlayStation London studio, as you guys are covering this video, shutting down. And they did have a big focus on VR/VR expertise. And this kind of makes me feel bad for anyone who bought a PlayStation VR. The sales haven't been good. I haven't seen been major games. Like, has anyone in my chat, like all of you guys over here, like seen this? Have you guys bought one? Are you guys disappointed? Because I'm a little bit on the sadder side. Like, I'm just sad. it seemed like a waste so far, and I really hope they can still have people or games in development and spend some money, because the world's worst thing is when a game company or a studio or anything releases a product, someone drops $600 into it, and then they just don't make anything with it. It's like, hey, tough luck, it didn't work, and then anyone who actually invested and cared about the product, it just doesn't get anything off of it. So I'm not really sure still, because we haven't been really sold on PlayStation VR, and seeing these studios still getting shut down makes me a little bit weird. They're saying this new project that they were working on that did get shut down was basically built specifically for the PS5, instead of being inspired by the works of fellow PlayStation studio Guerrilla Games. So inspired by Guerrilla Games, which if you guys remember, did go and help out with the Horizon VR. And yeah, and they also have their bio now saying our studio has now closed. Thanks for the memories. Really sad news to go and see, to be fully honest. But at the same time, in terms of more business news, IGN acquires Eurogamer, which we've actually covered, GI, VG 24/7, and Rock Paper Shotgun, and more. So new owner makes redundancies across the Gamer Network portfolio, though, which is still kind of a big deal. So IGN Entertainment has acquired the Gamer Network family of digital brands for an undisclosed sum. I'd probably actually go and say probably in a few million of dollars. Like some of these big things out here, these are some big people. So as a result of the acquisition, some redundancies have been made across the UK-based organization. Gamer Network's publications are GamesIndustry.biz, which we're even reading this right now. We actually have covered on my channel a decent bit. They do a lot of coverage on the gaming, basically like sales and talk, if like that. I do like seeing those a lot. Eurogamer, which is huge. We've also covered Eurogamer a lot. Rock, Paper, Shotgun, never really heard of. VG 24/7, on occasion we've covered. And Dicebreaker, never really dealt with it. The business also holds shares in Outside Xbox, Digital Foundry, interestingly enough, which does make pretty big publications, and usually is like the big company that's made a lot of big kind of like, hey, look at these really big comparisons and statistics and all of that. And also, like just in Hookshop, which operates Nintendo Life, Push Square, which you guys have maybe seen a decent bit. I think a lot of Push Square people are usually my kind of train of thoughts. Pure Xbox and Time Extension. So it's very intriguing to see that IGN has just decided to buy just a bunch of gaming websites, like a lot of gaming websites, and especially some of them that I already like. And it's kind of intriguing because I just want to know how much they spent in the first place. Like this definitely is expanding out their gaming horizon, but it almost kind of makes me worried on overlap and just the fact that it all just might be fine-tuned underneath one big central place. Kind of weird. IGN Entertainment is the division of Ziff Javis that includes IGN, Map Genie, How to Learn to Beat, and a Humble Bundle, and has acquired the website from PAX and New York Comic Con organizer Reed Pop, which initially bought the Gamer Network business in 2018. So it's very intriguing to see that right now, IGN is expanding out their businesses, and as well as we're seeing PlayStation lose. But apparently gaming news has been hot with all the closures anyway. Makes a lot of sense. We also saw some sad news over here that the Helldivers 2 devs will be actually taking longer time now for all their updates. I'm kind of okay with this. I feel like they were churning stuff out nonstop. I still am waiting for a good reason to return back to Helldivers 2. I really enjoy the game. I really enjoyed the experience. I'm kind of waiting for like the new race to come. A lot of people were expecting it like a month ago. And if anything, like I do enjoy when they can kind of tone down the live service. You can't be running at 130% all the time. I understand that and I get that. But it does kind of make me sad because I want to keep on playing the game. And I do think this slowing down updates, especially after losing so much public goodwill on the big PlayStation dilemma, I think it's a bad idea. Like, I think it's a bad time, and I think this is where you should really try to be regaining the company and community will. So the fact that they're turning it down is not fun. So some people are saying Helldivers has become unfun for them, and they're like, yeah, we've gone too far in some areas. They're trying to go balance out the game. I still have faith in them. I still think there's hope for it, but I really want to have a good example with this. So we're going to have to go and see what they do for the long term. Now, as well, we also have the brand new PlayStation Plus games catalog for May, in case you guys are curious. Some good ones over here. It's for the premium and extra folks, where they have The Settlers, they have City Living on The Sims, they have Deceive Inc., which is a really fun game, and obviously Red Dead Redemption 2, which is an absolute banger of a game. So if you guys want to go check out any of these games on the PlayStation side, I do highly recommend. Some of these are kind of cool. We've also heard really good things always about Cat Quest. I am a cat guy myself. Catcast 1 and 2 is always good. Some Lego games, Watch Dogs back in the day, 2 Extreme, G Police, some of these old school games, War and Pinball, and overall just kind of fun stuff. So again, let me know your thoughts and comments on all these big closures, issues, dramas, and all that. Would love to go here, and I appreciate you guys all so much for existing and watching in the first place. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. We'll have a bunch more videos all throughout today, and I appreciate you guys all so much for watching in the first place.